Hello, everyone. I hope you're doing well. You had a great day. Welcome to my live stream. So, if you haven't been here before, essentially, I just focus on money so that you can understand the flow of money, you can shift with money, and you can have continuous generational prosperity. Now, prosperity seems out of reach for some, but it's only out of reach because you don't understand what is happening in front of your face. Money does not disappear, money just moves. And there's a number of reasons that causes money to move. So thank you for the gift. Once you understand why money is moving and how money is moving, I am hoping that you can basically incorporate these habits into your life and for future generations so that you stay on the side of more money, more money, more money. Now, my only focus is money. I want y'all to know that. Please keep your religious, your political, your gender, your whatever your preferences are, keep it out of my live stream, including your feelings. This is educational, this is informational, and is intended to make you think outside the box and critically think about money and what's happening in front of your face. I also have a moderator. My moderator plans what I talk about, and she does not mess around. So please add value. Please engage, and please do not focus on yourself. I am not going to answer all of your questions because I have talking points that I must get to. I'm going to repeat. Some of you do not understand I have talking points, and I will not be able to address your questions or acknowledge you because I am giving information to a lot of people, just not you. And I need you to tap the screen because the more you tap the screen, the more I'm able to help people. And I know that I'm adding value for you. So let's get started. The stock market, okay? Yesterday, you guys got excited. You got really excited because Trump put a pause on tariffs for countries that did not retaliate. And I told you yesterday, what did I tell you yesterday? I don't give a damn what the stock market is doing because the business and economic fundamentals did not support the stock market rallying. And what happened to the stock market? It dropped it like it was hot. Listen to me. Hello, D. Listen to me. Some of you are traders in my live stream. You get caught up in the hoopla. I told you I don't give a damn what the stock market was doing, what investors were doing, what Wall Street was doing, what institutional investors were doing. I told you the pause on tariffs had nothing to do with what was happening. Yes, show some love. Exactly, people. Because if you don't give me the love, I'm not going to give you the information. So you got to engage with me. You give me love. I give you insight that you're not going to get someplace else. Okay. I appreciate you, but y'all got to pump it up. All right. You're not going to get this information from anyone else. So I need you to pump it. I told you the economics did not make any sense at all. Now, what are the economics? The basic thing I want you guys to understand when they're spending, it was all planned in advance. Thank you, Pokemon. Thank you, Pokemon. Thank you, Pokemon. Did you hear that? And two times in 1 week, the stock market has been pumped and dumped. And if you've been watching me, thank you, King Offer. If you've been watching me, I told you the pumping and dumping has been happening for a sustained period of time. Earlier this week, the stock market went up about $4 trillion in 30 minutes. And that allowed certain people to cash out and recoup the money that they've been losing in the stock market. It dropped again. Fast forward a couple of days, and then the Trump administration actually comes out and says that they're putting a pause on certain tariffs for certain countries, and the rally went up. They made you think that because there was a 90-day pause, that 90-day pause was actually going to keep the market rallying. Listen to me. Now, Master Gary, you're probably going to get muted. Master Gary, you're going to get muted. You're getting muted because you're not focusing. You cannot come in my live stream with this. They made you think because of a 90-day pause and tariffs that the stock market was going to rally for about 30 to 90 days. They made you think that. Why? Because they showed you what you needed to see to get you to put your money in the market to drive it up as they slid out. So when you watch me and you listen to me and I said, money, money, money. Money has to be being spent by the government, by businesses, and by consumers for the stock market to rally. Because of institutional investors and because of analysts, they have tried to basically detach the stock market from its basic origins. Now, if you don't know the origins of the stock market, I want you to listen really closely to me. This is why you must know history. The stock market was created for business owners to raise capital for their company. And in return, they gave the common man the opportunity to own a piece of a company that they would never have before. The stock market was created for business moguls to raise capital for their company. And they gave you a small percentage to own to encourage you to put your money into them. Fast forward to the future, they're trying to get you to think, yes, a piece of the pie. Fast forward to the future, they're trying to get you to think that the stock market can operate in isolation of what is happening to our GDP, consumer spending, and business spending. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? If you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth, tap that screen. The stock market is being so manipulated and so pumped that it does not directly correlate fully to what is happening in our economy. Process what I'm saying, okay? Process what I'm saying. I have illustrated 2 times in 5 days. It's a game, exactly, Tammy. I have illustrated 2 times in 5 days that the stock market is actually moving in a different direction. The stock market is actually behaving worse than crypto. The stock market is behaving worse than crypto because crypto, Bitcoin, you already know Bitcoin is not really based on business. It's based on something else. The stock market is worse because the stock market is supposed to be based upon consumer confidence, banking, spending, government spending. Can you be my financial advisor? No, Blue Lagoon, but what I can do is I'm going to mute you. You're going to get muted. I'm sorry, you just got blocked, I think. I don't know. I'm telling you to focus. So when you understand history, why the stock market was created, then you know, that the stock market operating in an inverse reaction, to GDP, to growth, is a wrong. Listen to me. If you understand that the stock market was created based upon real businesses, and now in modern day society, you see the stock market going in a completely different direction than our economy, that is your clue. The stock market has gone off the grid. It has gone off the rails. And there's some other things that are going on behind the markets that does not fundamentally, business-wise, or economically make sense. I don't need to prove it. If the stock market can regain $4 trillion in 30 minutes, that does not make sense. If the stock market can rally off of a fart and a sneeze, did you hear me? If the stock market can rally off of a fart and or a sneeze, that is hot air. That's called a bubble. And you guys want to know where your money's going or your money's not going, is because you think that you're behaving in a system, in an economic money system that behaves one way and has been manipulated and contorted to such an extent that even your trend lines, your tech analysis does not make sense. The stock market has moved beyond basic business fundamentals and is based off of Las Vegas hype. Did you hear me? The stock market is not what you think it is. It is behaving in a manner that's similar to Vegas. You can sleep on that. Thank you, ma'am. Exactly. Thank you, ma'am. I'm going to leave it at that. So the S&P 500 has dropped 3.5%. The NASDAQ has dropped 4.3%, and the Dow has dropped 2.5%. And anyone who asks me about why I'm serious, when it comes to cash, I'm real serious. I told you my live stream is about money. When it comes to cash, I'm serious. And if you want to try me, I will drag you. Do you understand? Now focus. Now Goldman Sachs, great old Goldman Sachs. Hi, Goldman Sachs. Hello. Good morning, good night, Goldman Sachs. I'm talking to you. Goldman Sachs, listen to me. Goldman Sachs, Goldman Sachs, Goldman Sachs. Let me tell you something. Goldman Sachs is dealing with a conundrum, okay? Goldman Sachs value is dropping. And some of their veterans have basically left and created a new firm. Listen to me. Goldman Sachs, bless you. You have left, some of your investors, some of your brilliant minds, hello Jamie, have left you. And they have started a new firm. All right? So I want y'all to understand something about Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs' house is up in flames. What's going on behind Goldman Sachs? I want you to understand. Goldman Sachs is giving you economic outlooks, but they can't give you an outlook as far as what's happening behind their closed doors, because there are veterans who have left Goldman Sachs. They have started a new company and taken information and or contacts, and they started a new business. So now Goldman Sachs is out here saying Trump tariffs pause won't stop the markets from failing. So Goldman Sachs is trying to reestablish itself when it has lost some of its value-adding people. Of course, it doesn't make sense. Of course, the tariffs are not going to stop it. Did you actually think that a tariff pause was going to save any of your asses? You don't see the bigger picture. There is a picture beyond Wall Street. And this is what I want you guys to do. I want you to push. I want you to push beyond what they show you. I want you to push beyond what they tell you. On one hand, Goldman Sachs is imploding because people are jumping ship. On the other hand, Goldman Sachs is saving face by trying to give you an economic outlook that a newborn baby could give you. Did you hear me? Wah, 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 wah. You heard me because I said it. So when you're listening to these renowned companies, banking institutions, giving you information that a child who has no understanding could give you, guess what? You don't have to listen to me. Listen, you must think this through. They're all in cahoots. I don't know if it's good. I don't know if it's bad, but let me tell you what it means for you. It means that your money must be managed with a shrewd eye. Your intelligence must be keen, because when things start going up in flames financially, people get a little snaky. So I'm telling you this information because I want you to start thinking really differently about where you place your money, who you place your money with, and the expectations that you have about how your money is performing. Because it's simpler than what you think. They use the complicated terms. They try to confuse you. Yes, Robert, yes. They try to confuse you. But fundamentally, it's about money. It's about money. And if they can get your money and your money to flow in their direction, then you understand what is happening. So Goldman Sachs is announcing, thank you for the gift, that tariff pauses won't stop the markets from falling. The markets are falling because they have been pumped up. Are you understanding me? For those of you who think the world is falling, the world is not falling. The stock market is coming back to earth. You have been investing in a financial system that's been operating in space, okay? It's with SpaceX. It's up there with the satellites. So the market's collapsing is not a bad thing. They're actually coming into alignment. They're coming into they're coming into alignment. It's coming back to earth. So if you know it's falling, and Goldman Sachs, hello, has just told you a tariff pause, and I've been telling you a tariff pause is not going to stop this, you got to have a different approach. There's always money, but the way you're used to going about that money, it needs to change. Now, You want to talk about something? I'm getting ready to get started. This was nothing. All right, guys, this is nothing. If you're shaking your head over this, this is nothing. All right, this is nothing. Markets are supposed to be volatile. That's the risk reward system. I want to repeat, the more risk, the more reward. So the volatility of the markets is actually how it's supposed to act. If the stock market is not volatile, that is a clear indicator that the market is being manipulated. Did you hear me? If a stock market is not volatile, then it's not following basic rules of supply and demand. Okay? It should shift. Yes, the stock market is supposed to have imbalance, okay? Mental imbalance. That's what the stock market is supposed to have. And really skilled people listen to the story of the market and they make money. Now, I'm not done. I'm putting that to the side. I'm done with that, okay? I've told you once, I've told you twice. The economies are cooling down. They're retracting. They're retracting. If they're retracting, that means that it's risky and you're going to lose money. If you keep playing, doing what you're doing, I can't help you. Next, the Pentagon, all right? The Pentagon. The Pentagon is to terminate 5.1 billion in IT contracts. Are you with me? I'm just getting started. I'm just getting started, okay? Tap that screen. I'm just getting started. The Pentagon is to terminate $5.1 billion in IT contracts. Now, if you watched me, I think yesterday or 2 days ago, I told you that there was a situation. There was a situation where there were companies, yes, 5.1 billion in IT contracts are being cut. Gold, Hassan, no, Hassan, you're going to put me to sleep. Gold is not the best option. Gold is old. Now, gold is great. But if you think that putting your money in gold, you are a real investor, nah. See, real people know how to get real money. And taking your money from the stock market and think you're going to lay low in gold, that is old. That's old. And that's why you should be watching me, Hassan. Because anyone who thinks putting their money in gold is smart investing, no. You don't know how to think revolutionary. You don't have a visionary point of view when it comes to earning money. And if you didn't watch me, shame on you, because I told you what to do. Now let's get to this. The Pentagon is terminating 5.1 billion in IT contracts. Now, a day or two ago, I told you about an IT scam. All right. Those of you who watched me, I told you about an IT scam. Now, what was that IT scam? Is money more important than people? Than last time I checked, the people use money. Truth talker, you're going to get muted. You're going to get muted. I told you guys, you got to focus. This is not about you. You focus on what I'm saying and you comment on what I'm saying. The Pentagon is cutting $5 billion in contracts. Bonds? No. You guys are so typical. So typical. You're so typical. Listen, 5 billion are being cut in IT contracts in the Pentagon. Now, there was an IT scam. Oracle is one, but I'm not talking about Oracle. It has been found out that since 2018, IT companies were hiring citizens that they believed were U.S. citizens, but they were actually North Korean citizens. Are you with me? Are you with me? Tap that screen. I'm going to repeat. IT companies in the United States, okay, since 2018, were hiring citizens that they believed were U.S. citizens, but they were North Korean citizens using information that was fake. I want to give you a chance to keep up with me. Tap that screen if you understand what I'm saying. Please tap that screen if you understand what I just said. I told you of an IT scam that's been going on since 2018 that were hiring people who were pretending to be U.S. citizens. They were not U.S. citizens. They were using fake identities, and they were nationals of North Korea. They were sending money, millions of U.S. dollars back to North Korea. Money flow, and information, IT information. Okay? Now, this is a prime example of money flow. Money flow. You know that war can create money flow. Did you know that espionage is also a flow of money flow? Because information is money. So why am I talking about that? Because that's old news. I want to repeat. I'm just giving you a little backstory. Because all of a sudden now, the Pentagon is terminating $5 billion in IT contracts. They're cutting Accenture, they're cutting Deloitte, and non-essential third-party consultants. You hear me? It's a $4 billion in estimated savings. They're cleaning house. And this is also money flow because the money was going to Deloitte and it was going to Accenture. Now that money is going back to the U.S. government. This is money flow. Okay? Now, is the North Korean IT scam connected to the Pentagon IT cut? I don't know. I'm just telling you there are a number of IT workers that were hired. And anyone who has worked for Deloitte or Accenture, you know, in IT, they like to hire people who are more than likely highly skilled in tech, and they typically are of a certain type. So is Deloitte and Accenture tied to this? I don't know. Is it possibly that they may have hired some of these IT workers? There's a probability. But all I know is this. Deloitte and Accenture are losing a bag of cash. And that money is going back to the U.S. government. Now, let me tell you what's going to happen to Deloitte and Accenture. Because consulting companies need contracts to pay their employees. So now there's going to be another wave of unemployment because they have lost a sizable amount of revenue. Now, if you guys don't know anything about high-priced consultants, they milk the bank account. They milk the coffers. So Deloitte and Accenture is taking a hit. So if you have invested in their company, I'm telling you what's going to happen. They're not going to be able to replace those contracts. They're not going to be able to replace that money. Deloitte and Accenture more than likely is not going to be able to replace that contract that they had with the U.S. government because private institutions are probably not paying for high-priced consultants, just like my ex-husband. My ex-husband is an Ivy League graduate, high-priced consultant, and he can't get a job cleaning someone's toenails. Do you understand the words that come out of my mouth? Now, Phil understands me. Some of you probably don't. So what I'm telling you, you have highly educated people who are now becoming unemployed, all because of a cut in spending. And this is another sign of money flow. Boo-hoo. Not boo-hoo. This is about money. This is not meltdown. This is shifting. You guys don't understand. Pause. Listen to me. It's only a meltdown for people who don't understand money flow. If I was a high-priced consultant, I would be shifting my ass in gear to get money another way. Now, if you watch me before, I've told you old money structures, old money systems are being destroyed. So a traditional consultant cannot and should not expect that their network is going to save them from what is happening because you have technologies that can do a better job than a high-priced consultant. You have AI, you have automations, you have quantum computing, and you have humanoid robots. So even consultants are being put out of a job, directly or indirectly. So you got to go about this a lot differently. But is this a meltdown? No, it's not a meltdown. It's a deconstruction of old money systems in favor of new money earning systems. I want to repeat. Some of y'all think the world is falling. That's victim mentality. Because real hustlers, real money sharks, real people who are shrewd, you know when money leaves on the left, there's money on the right. And if you cannot see it because you refuse to see it, that's how you end up on the broke money, the world is falling side. Real talk. Crypto, What about crypto? You're going to get muted or blocked because I'm not talking about crypto. You got to shift gears. You're not going to be able to get those high price gigs the way you used to. You're not going to be able to rely on firms like Deloitte and Accenture, because I can guarantee you those companies are going to be slashing. They no longer have to pay these consultants these six-figure salaries, because if I was Deloitte, if I was Accenture, I would be investing in humanoid robots with quantum computing and AI that can add more value than a human being. That's what I would do. So the whole consulting industry is getting ready to implode and explode, and y'all don't even know it, because AI, humanoid robots, quantum computing is right here in front of your face. So if I have consultants here, I've given you some insight that you need to pivot. All right? Okay? I mean no disrespect, but the world that you know, that multi six-figure income that you were earning, you got to earn it another way. All right? Now, next topic. Here we go. Trump signs a bill to nullify the expanded IRS crypto rule. Did you know that the Biden administration, during the last month of December, they basically signed into law that required third-party people to report on your crypto activity? Did you hear me? The Biden administration in December signed into law that required third-party crypto reporting because they wanted to tax you on your decentralized money activity. Now, good news, Trump has come, and Trump is basically getting rid of it, if not already got rid of it. But some of y'all were being reported on because the Democrats wanted some of your money. This is money flow. This is money flow. They did not like the fact that you were earning money in crypto, and they wanted a third-party agency to report your activities so they could tax you on your gains. But now that Trump is in office, it has basically cut it. And you should be grateful, because what Trump has done has caused money flow to come back to you. I said that. They were trying to deregulate. They were trying to tax a deregulated currency market. And now that Trump has come back, he's wiped that out. This is money flow. A simple law. They taxed me on my Robinhood account. A simple law was siphoning money from you. That's why I tell you people, money does not disappear. Money moves. And because of laws and certain activities, they actually suck it away from you. Are you with me? So the law, actually, Trump is doing, it's getting rid of DeFi, all right? It cuts out the middleman, all right? President Trump is cutting out the middleman. And the problem is that they had no visibility into what you were doing, all right? So that law was cracking down on crypto users. You understand? It was tapping the asses of you crypto people, and it was cracking down on you and your activities, all right? And they were trying to get your tax. They were trying to tax you, all right? So now Congress has reversed the law. There's no taxes on digital assets now. Show me how happy you are, guys. Are you happy there are no taxes on digital assets? Show me some love. If you're still with me, show me some love if you're excited that there's no taxes on digital assets now. Come on now. I know you guys get hot and bothered. Come on now. Tap that screen. Tap that screen. Tap it. Where are you going? Work that finger. Work that finger. Tap, 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 tap. Tap, 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 tap. I'm just getting started. I'm not even done. Come on, Bob. Wake up. Tap that screen. Wake up. Tap that screen. Come on now. Let's go. FDIC. The FDIC. FDIC. Now, the FDIC, I've been talking about the FDIC because the FDIC actually gave approval to banks to engage in crypto activities. If you haven't been watching me, you should be watching me, okay? The FDIC caught my attention because they actually gave financial institutions permission to engage in crypto activities. Now, originally, the FDIC told banks that they can proceed in crypto at their own risk. What did that mean? That means the FDIC says, in the future, I will give you some laws and regulations. But right now, banks, you have the right to engage in crypto activity. What does that mean? That means that banks could have taken your deposits, put it in crypto, possibly crashed the bank, and cashed out of crypto. But here's the good news. After I had that live stream, let me tell you what happened. After I had that live stream, about a week and a half later, the FDIC has come back and they put some rules. They're putting some rules in place for banks, okay? You know how banks do. They get a little happy. They get a little excited. They start lining their pockets and their bank accounts in the Cayman Islands. So now the FDIC has come back and they're putting a few leashes, some straps on the banking industry. But let me tell you what's happening now. The FDIC is going to be cutting about 20% of its staff because Doge is in the house. Did you hear me? Knock, knock, knock. Doge is at your door. Did you hear me? Doge has landed on the doorstep of the FDIC. Interesting, huh? And you know what Doge does. What does Doge do? Does anyone know what Doge does? When Doge lands on your doorstep, got your ass. Exactly, Cheryl. They got your ass. Tap, 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 tap. Come on now. Tap, 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 tap. Tap that screen. Tap it. Show me how happy you are. Doge shows up when they smell a rat. They smell a rat. Yes, I got my real hair from Temu. Yes, brilliant. My real hair, I got that from Temu. Doge has landed on the doorsteps of the FDIC. Doge has landed on the doorsteps of the FDIC after the FDIC gave banks permission to engage in crypto activity. And crypto is a deregulated, decentralized market. Banks were getting ready to basically body slam in the ocean of crypto with no regulation, no oversight. So if you're surprised, I'm not surprised. But if you're surprised magically that Doge has showed up on the doorsteps of the FDIC, I say they asked for it. You gave banks who needs a bailout like a baby needs a teat. The FDIC gave banks permission to engage in crypto. And you know banks always need a bailout. They need a baby bottle. They need the government to save them. The FDIC gave permission to banks to engage in crypto at their own risk without having to report it. Now are you surprised that Doge is there? Do you now understand why Doge is at the doorsteps? Doge is at the doorsteps of the FDIC. Do you understand? Okay? There's some things going on behind the scenes that they do not expect us to connect. Now, I don't think it's a coincidence. I think the timing is very intriguing. Now, all this has happened within 7 business days. No, I don't understand. Well, Joy, if you don't understand, you probably should have kept that to yourself. If you can't handle my live stream, you should scroll or be quiet. Now you just got blocked. I just put you out of your misery. Doge is coming. All right, Dusty, shake that ass. Thank you. Thank you, Dusty. Dusty knows what a woman likes. I want to tell y'all right now. Dusty knows what a woman likes. She likes a dog that shakes that ass, tap that cash. Thank you, Dusty. Thank you. Now, Doge is coming. Doge is a joke. Well, that's one point of view. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. You can't do anything about it. And your opinions don't matter because this is about cash. Very simple. That is your point of view. It does not matter here because this is solely about money and how money flows. And because Doge is showing up, let me tell you what that means. That means that they know that there's something there. And I've just given you a real life example of how FDIC gave approval to something that was mind blowing, that should have never occurred. The 2008 financial crisis happened because of banks. The FDIC, within 5 days, gave banks the permission to engage in crypto when they thought crypto was a joke. Thank you, Dusty. So if you're surprised that Doge is showing up at the door, I'm not surprised. So that means you don't understand money, all right? 20%, about 20% of the staff is probably going to be cut. There's a small team working with Doge to help basically address the FDIC. And now they haven't touched the FDIC in months. Let's see what happens. I'm telling you, if they're there, there's a rat. And that them approving banks to engage in crypto, that's all the proof that I need. Now, here's the next topic. Argentina. Argentina. Who wants to hear about this? People are making moves. Money's moving, guys. People are making moves. Just because Doge is there, being there, that there's something. Maybe. I'm pretty confident there's something. Voices, you're true. Voices, what you're saying is true. But let me tell you something, Voices. There has to be something. There has to be inefficiencies. There has to be accounting irregularities. There has to be. There has to be. You want to know why? Look at history. Very simple. We don't have to agree. Fair. We don't have to agree. But I'm telling you, Doge is there to uncover information. And if you look at the history of government agencies and how they've been performing, how could there not be something? Government has been about waste. Hush funds, slush funds, it's been about waste. So on one hand, you're probably right. On one hand, you may be wrong. We can wait and see. We can wait and see. I'm putting my money on me. You put your money on you, I'm putting my money on me. I know there's something. I can smell it. Out of all the agencies, they have a list of prioritization. They have a list of prioritization. Doge doesn't have time. Let's say if I'm wrong. I have no problem being wrong. If I'm wrong, I will let you know. If I'm wrong, I will announce it to my live that you were right. Now let's wait and see this one. Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see, guys. Now, Argentina. Argentina is renewing a $5 billion activated swap line with China. Did you hear me? That's okay. I have no problem being wrong, Voices. I have no problem being wrong. You see, guys, I'm here to be educated too. I'm here to share and I'm here to be educated too. And I can be wrong. I have no problem with that. I love y'all. I got no problem being wrong, okay? Now, Argentina has renewed a $5 billion activated swap line with China. Does anyone know what that is? A $5 billion swap line. Do you know what a swap line is? Does anyone know what a swap line is? Between countries. That sounds like a no. That's swap line. Nope. Not swamp. Swap. Not swamp. Swap. Okay. It is basically Argentina and China central banks agree to a bilateral swap of $5 billion. Money. It allows their central banks to reduce risk and transition towards consistent and sustainable monetary and exchange rate policies. Listen to me. They have an agreement between their central banks to swap billions of dollars. Why would that be needed? It has been activated to basically create a consistent means stable monetary and exchange rate policies. Sounds like a backup plan, doesn't it? Does it sound like a backup plan to you? When central banks are relying on one another to move money Money flow. What I tell you? Money, 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 money. Their central banks are swapping money. Billions of dollars. At a time where China has 145% in tariffs. That means Argentina can borrow money from China. Did you hear me? I'm going to simplify this. It means that Argentina is now able to borrow $5 billion of money at a time where China has 145% in tariffs on its goods. Does anyone know what's going on here? Do I have to connect the dots? Tell me if you want me to connect the dots. You want to know what I think? Does anyone know what I think? Or do you want me to connect the dots? You want me to connect the dots? Okay, tap that screen. Okay, let's connect the dots. Did you know that China would basically set up manufacturing? China would set up manufacturing in other countries that had trade surpluses with the US, and they allowed those other countries to put made in. So in order for China to avoid paying tariffs, they would actually manufacture certain goods in other countries. Now that Trump has basically went after the countries that China was using to avoid paying tariffs, money flow, remember money flow? Now Argentina has access to a $5 billion loan at a time where there's 145% tariffs on their goods. This is just my guess. Just my guess. Just my guess. Also, what's happening is that oil traders are no longer using the cargo ships of China. They are going for ships that are safer and are less likely to get tariffs on it. Now, I believe China's making money moves. Boss moves. I want to repeat. This is boss moves, people. See, when I ask you to think beyond your nose. Think beyond what you see. Think beyond what you hear. This is why I share these stories, because I'm trying to break your fossilized minds. Money flow happens in so many different forms. By allowing Argentina will figure a workaround. China will figure out a workaround. Thank you, Evie. Yes, that's what I'm trying to get y'all to see. If you can't get what you want one way, you can get what you want another way. You get it? Are you with me? This is money flow. The U.S. tariffs are pulling money from China. China's playing chess. The U.S. is playing chess. China is making moves. So when you guys think the world is falling, money is disappearing, no, there's always more than one way to get that bag. And I use these stories in history to kind of get you acclimated to a different game. This is next level. This is next level money movement. And if you can wrap your mind around that and step outside the Wall Street narrative, you will see that the world is your oyster if you're at the right time, right place. So now Argentina has access to $5 billion of cash to loan. I'm doing air quotes, air quotes, air quotes. Now the U.S. Argentina is also seeking a trade deal with the U.S. I just want you to know that. Okay, I want you to know that the U.S. Argentina is seeking trade deals with the U.S. So I think it's a proxy type of move. I could be wrong, but let's see. Now, this cash swap has been happening since 2009, and it gives Argentina strength and foreign reserves. I'm going to repeat. This swap has been happening since 2009, but it's been recently renewed. It's been happening since 2009, but it's been recently renewed. And I think it has something to go with what's going on in the economy. Now, this is my last story of the day, and then I'm going to tell you guys how to earn money. Are you ready for me? Okay, this is another story. global. This is another global story about money. Are you ready for me? We went from Argentina. Now we're going to Chile. Okay. Chile is reporting strong Q2 demand for a mine called Codelco. A mining giant. So Chile is reporting strong Q2 demand from a Chilean miner, Codelco, from China. Chile is a very hot topic. And for those of you who follow me and may or may not watch my videos, I talked to you before about Chile. Now, if you know about Chile and what's going on, the U.S. is in Chile. The U.S. has basically approved a loan for a U.S. mining company to partner with a Swiss giant to mine for a very precious mineral. So I want you to know right now, the U.S. is already in Chile mining. Now, magically, China is in the same neighborhood. Same neighborhood. Now, it could be a coincidence. But I don't believe in coincidences. I believe in strategy. I believe in money flow. And I believe in seeing the big picture. China is now having demand for the resources of a Chilean miner called Codelco. Codelco is a copper mining giant. It is the top producer in the world. Why is China looking for copper all of a sudden? All of a sudden, China's making moves. Let me tell you, Vietnam has just discovered about 150. Vietnam has recently discovered about 150 veins of minerals. About 40 of those veins was for gold. China was in Vietnam. When Vietnam acknowledged or said to the world that they found 150 veins, copper for thank you. Vietnam found about 150 veins of minerals, and 40 of those was gold. Guess what? China was like, I'm here. Bam, where you at? Now the U.S. is in Chile. China's saying, copper. The world needs copper. So China's now knocking at the door, which is next door to the U.S., and they're looking for copper. So the demand for copper from the top producer in the world, China's knocking on their door. Now, if you don't know why the U.S. is in Chile, they're mining for blue gold. So, okay, did you hear me? Huh?
Blue gold and white gold.
Blue gold and white gold. You don't know what blue gold is, do you? You don't know what white gold is, do you? I'm telling you, the U.S. is in Chile mining for blue gold and white gold. Now, China has showed up for copper. Now, all of this has to do with an economic boom that's happening right in front of your face. Tap, 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 tap. Let me finish this live out before you check out. Now, some of you are saying, blue gold, white gold, what is that? What is that is you should have been watching me. You haven't been watching me because I told you there's money. You guys are crying like bitch babies over Wall Street, and there's real cash being made in basics. Minerals. What is blue gold? Don't ask me that. Go look it up. Okay, guys, you got to do some work. Cobalt. Thank you. You got to do some work. You can't be sitting in my live stream thinking I'm going to spoon feed you like you're one of my children. You got to do some work. If you don't want to do work, scroll. So the U.S. is in Chile for blue gold and white gold. All right. That's money. Those minerals actually help support an economic boom that's happening in front of. That's why they're in the Congo. Exactly, Sierra. That's why we're also working on a weapons for minerals deal in the Congo. So you think that you're crying over Mag 7 when there's money moves and money shifts that's happening right in front of your face, but you're so caught up in JP Morgan. You're so caught up in BlackRock. You're so caught up in these analysts, you couldn't see money if it landed on your fucking nose. No disrespect and all disrespect at the same time. Now, the timing of China's arrival or demand for copper is a strategic move because copper has to do with electronics, and we love our electronics. Do you understand? China has bought massive amounts amid tariffs. China has bought massive amounts of copper amid 145% tariffs. Look at the timing. China is already the top buyer. So what does it need more copper for? Does anyone know what China needs more copper for? Why are they really buying copper? Why is China amassing copper? Come on, people, push your brains, push your minds. Tell me. I can't spoon feed you. I'm going to test you now. Why? Okay, what else? What else are they getting it for? Come on. What other reasons are they getting it for? Well, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hallelujah. 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 Thank you. And you know who needs that? A consumer-based economy. Consumer-based economies needs these things to get our electronics. It's called a strategic move. Money flow. This is how people actually move the pieces on the board to their side. So the US is taking money from China through tariffs, and China is now making moves to secure such basic assets that are worth unbelievable amounts of money that's beyond the stock market. So let me tell you what that means. F the stock market. You understand? F it. There's other things that you can put your money in that makes sense, that makes money, that supports these companies. Are you with me? Okay? Copper is used for renewable energy, infrastructure, medical applications, industrial machinery, electronics, and wiring. Be ill, you just got blocked. All right? You just got blocked, be ill. Be Lil, whatever your name is, peace out. Now, this is the extent of what I have for you today. All the examples I gave you is to help you understand there are some basic fundamentals that do not change. And when the world seems like it's collapsing in one area, then guess what? You look someplace else. You think you buy low, you sell high. You think that's the only recipe for success? There's so many ways to stack this cash and to stash this cash. I could slap all of you. I could slap you all because you think there's only one way to get money. No, there's always many roads to Rome. There's many roads to Rome, and Rome means cash. That is why you watch me. For those of you who want to leave, you leave now. For those of you who want to know how to earn money in an industry that is booming, that is beginner friendly, that's step by step, that gets you a 2-hour workday, daily pay. Am I rich? It doesn't matter what I'm rich or not. Here's the point. Are you rich? You see, when people ask me what I'm doing, I don't pay your bills and you don't pay mine. You're asking me the wrong question. What you should be asking me is, how do I stack this cash? How do I ride this current economic boom? That's how you know a Saint Ubik question coming from a foolish person. Instead of you trying to figure out how you can get this money, you worried about my money. Do you actually think I'm going to give you any money? Do you actually think I'm going to give you money? So let's try this differently. Let's do this differently. I want money. You want money. I believe in riding economic booms. Do you believe in riding economic booms? Do you believe in riding economic booms? Come on now. This is a very simple question. If you believe in riding economic booms, tap that screen. I will tell you. Let's tap that cash. If you don't, move the hell on with your life. All right? The digital industry. Okay? There's a digital wave. There's a digital revolution that's happening right now. All right? It is with cybersecurity. It's with cell phones. It's with AI. I say this every single day. All right? I say this every single day. There is a microeconomic boom happening. Even while the stock market is falling and jobs are being lost, there is an economic boom. It is in the e-learning industry. Thank you, Healthy. It is in the e-learning industry. The e-learning industry is a part of the digital wave. It's a part of the digital revolution. These are technologies, cell phones, AI, humanoid robots, automations, algorithms. You are losing economic possibilities because of these technologies. All right? Thank you. You're welcome. Because of these technologies, instead of you being pissed and trying to discredit AI and automations, I am asking you to think about is as follows. Instead of being upset about losing your job because of technology, why don't you do exactly what people who are making money do? You know what they do? I'm going to tell you the same example again. I'm going to use Elon Musk because you guys seem to understand this. Elon Musk got his start, big start, in PayPal. Elon Musk is one of the founders of PayPal. PayPal was started during an economic boom during the dot-com boom. Are you with me? Tap that screen if you're with me. Elon Musk started PayPal with other people during a previous economic boom called the dot-com boom. Are you with me? Perfect. He started PayPal. They built up PayPal. They cashed out of PayPal. What did Elon Musk do? He was a billionaire though. You're not listening to me, Juju. Oh my God. Block her. Block Juju. Hold on. Block Juju. I'm not going for it. Thank you. Juju is blocked. I don't have time for this. Listen to me. He took the money that he earned from PayPal when he sold that company and he put it into another economic boom. That economic boom was renewable energy. It was EVs. Then he went from renewable energy and EVs, which was another economic boom. And then Elon Musk stepped into another economic boom. What is the recipe from riding economic booms? It is this. It's called right timing. It's called investing in technology, and it's called knowledge. Elon Musk went from a financial sector business to a tech renewable type of business. How did he do that? PayPal is different than EVs. So someone's asking me, he already had money. He came from money. Shut the hell up and listen. It's the same recipe. It's timing. It's investing in technology, and it's getting knowledge. And when you execute those and take action, that is how you stack cash. Even everyday normal people can do this. Are you understanding me? It's not about the fact that he came from money. He came from money because someone knew this simple recipe for riding one economic boom to the next. Do you understand? You got to see beyond your limitations. You got to see beyond what you say invest in stock. I'm not talking about fucking stocks, Sierra. You're probably going to get blocked or muted. Wrong question. I'm talking to you about riding an economic boom, and you come in my live stream asking me about stocks when I just told you the stock market fundamentals do not make sense. Who else wants to be blocked or you want to know about this money? Very simple. Anyone who's done, go to my profile. My website is there. Okay? Very simple. I'm getting impatient because I'm being asked Saint Upit questions. If you've lost patience, go to my profile. My website is there. If you want information on an economic boom that's happening in front of your face, that is beginner friendly, that is easy, that is lucrative, that allows you to have a 2-hour workday, to get paid daily and earn 100% of the money, stay here. Otherwise, get on. You need to go. Very simple. What are we doing now? If you want the information, tap the screen. If you don't want the information, leave. If you're sick of listening to me, go to my profile. Tell me what you want me to do right now. What do you want me to do right now? What do you want? Do you want to know about a 2-hour workday? Do you want to know how to get paid daily? Do you want to know how to earn 100% of the money? Do you want to know? Thank you. Thank you. Very simple. Thank you. Because of technologies like automations, being online, and AI, you now have an opportunity to have this technology in your life. By having an automated system in your life, let me tell you what that means. That means you have an online business that uses automations and AI. Why is automations important? Automations means greater profits. Automation means you have more time freedom. Even Amazon uses automations. Tesla uses automations. Automations is a part of the digital economic boom. So as an everyday normal person, anywhere in the world, you have the opportunity to have an automated system that supports you. Is it through an app? No. You have a chance to have an automated system that is online and an industry that is booming. The e-learning industry is a $1.5 billion daily industry. What does that mean? That is 1.5 billion Monday through Sunday. By 2027, the e-learning industry is projected to double. By user, you just got blocked. By 2027, automations are going to become, by 2027, the e-learning industry is going to double. It's going to go from $1.5 billion daily to $3 billion daily. That is a real bull market. The reason why the e-learning industry is a real bull market because it's supported by economic and business fundamentals that make sense. You want to know why? Because you have countries like Taiwan, Saudi Arabia, UAE, and so many other, Microsoft, Amazon, Apple, they're investing. They're investing in AI, quantum computing, humanoid robots, and the list goes on. They're pouring money into something that's real. They're producing technologies that are stealing your employment opportunities. Red, you're correct. I want you to understand this. There is an industry that is projected to double in 2 years. That is an industry that is beginner friendly, that's step by step, that you don't have to create anything. How do you create it? You just go to my profile. If you don't have digital skills, in a digital age, how do you think you're actually going to be able to ride future booms? The digital wave, it's changing the world. It's going to be a huge factor. It is here. DJ, you're absolutely correct. It is here. It is here. So how do you think you're going to be able to earn an income unless you do what people like Elon Musk does? Elon Musk looks at what's happening right now. He looks at the trend. He looks at what is going to create the most beneficial change. That is why he got involved in PayPal during the dot-com boom. So I'm talking to you about the e-learning industry because the e-learning industry, a 4-year-old can do. You don't have to create anything. All you have to do is use automations, AI, online, get digital skills, and you have a 2-hour workday. You get paid daily and you earn 100% of the money. Now, what does 100% of the money means? It means you earn all the income. There's no expenses. So if you earn all the money, is there multi-level marketing? If you earn all the money, is there drop shipping? If you earn all the money, is there network marketing? If you earn all the money, is it affiliate marketing? That's what this is. It's a new paradigm for earning money in alignment with an economic boom. So this is how you stack cash. There's no red tape. There's no gatekeepers. There's no licenses. There's no permits. There's no BS. You can be a high school dropout or you can be a Deloitte consultant that just got laid off. If you don't know how to leverage technologies and the trends that are happening right now in a way that is not risky, that allows you to earn 100% of the money, you get time freedom, you get money earning freedom, and you get to not suffer an economic recession. Now, you want to know how much this costs. It's cheaper than your cell phone. It's cheaper than your gaming system. It's cheaper than your flat screen TV. You get an automated system and reskilled at the same time. I'm going to repeat. Just like your car comes with a manual, this automated system comes with a reskilling program. So you get taught 6-figure income earning skill sets. I'm going to repeat because some of y'all got confused. You will be taught digital skills that are six-figure income earning skills that teaches you how to leverage your automated system so that you have an online business with zero expenses in an industry that is booming. Now, if you are a business owner right now, cool. If you don't know how to market without spending money on advertising, you might want to listen to me. If you don't have a business at all and you're unemployed, you will be taught skills and you will be given an automated system that allows you to earn 100% of the money. What does 100% means? It means you could be earning $300 a day, $600 a day, $900 a day, all through using automations, AI. Now, some of you think, how is this possible? Well, AI is possible, right? You've seen self-driving cars. You've seen videos of self-driving cars, haven't you? You've seen robots do backflips. Have you seen the robots from Tesla? Have you seen that? So if all that's possible, then this needs to be possible. You understand? There's a puzzle. Is there a puzzle? There is a puzzle. Puzzle's gone. It's a one-time investment of 600 or 300 or 100. One-time investment of 600 or 300 or 100. One-time investment. You get an automated system and you get reskilled with six-figure income earning skill sets in an industry that's booming. If you can order a date, you can order a car, you can order food, you can order clothing online. Why can't you earn money online? This is how you go from broke money to new money, and you align with an economic boom that will set you up skill set wise and cash wise for the next economic boom. I'm going to repeat this. How do you do this? You go to my profile. This is how you go from broke money to new money. You follow the simple formula: right timing, investing in technology, getting reskilled, and taking action. That is what Elon Musk did. And whoever did it before him, they did the same thing. So if you never watch my live stream again, I want you to remember this. Right timing. Invest in technology that's not risky. I'm not talking about the stock market. I'm talking about something that's real. And getting reskilled in an industry that is booming. That sets you up for economic success and prosperity. And then at the next time, when it gets to a certain level, you hop onto the next boom. So if you don't ride this boom right now in the e-learning industry, you're going to have to wait for the next one. And it happens every 15 to 20 years. Did you hear me? There's nothing. How do I get in? You just go to my profile. This is not a job. I want to repeat, you do not work for me. You invest in technology just like Elon Musk. You get reskilled in that industry just like Elon Musk. You stack bank just like Elon Musk. I'm going to repeat. You do not work for me. This is your automated system, just like your car you own. You invested in your car. You invest in an automated system. You get reskilled. You earn 100% of the money. Stop trying to rip people off. Get out of this live now if you don't want to lose your money. Yes, Sam, get out of this live. Yes, get out of this live. Get out of this live. E-learning is a lie. Getting an education is a lie. Having a 2-hour workday is a lie. Getting unemployed is a lie. Going broke is a lie. Poverty is a lie. Yes, it's a lie. Yeah. Digital skills are a lie. How are digital skills a lie when you're swiping on TikTok and every time you look, there's an Amazon ad or some ad? Someone's having digital skills. When you try to get a girlfriend, right? And you're reading through, how long is the training? The training is very simple, all right? Some videos are 4 minutes long. Some videos are 8 minutes long. You actually work it around your schedule, okay? You do both at the same time. It's learn to earn. This is not like going to school for 4 years. You learn, you execute. Every single day, I spend about 45 minutes. I spend 45 minutes learning something new in the digital industry. And I use those skills, six-figure income earning skills, for my business. So it's not very complicated. Thank you, Red. It's not that complicated. A 4-year-old can do this. People, you need step-by-step training, you got it. You need live mentoring, you got it. You need encouragement, it's there. You need proof, it's there. Very simple. You want to see how much money people are earning? It's there. You want to see what your potential is? It's there. The fact is this, whether you earn money or not, listen to me, whether you earn money or not, if you do not have digital skills, a digital skill set, right now, your ass is grass. I don't care if you never use your automated system. If you do not get digital skills in a world that is going digital, I'm asking you what your employment opportunities are. Employers will hire a robot, invest in a robot before they hire you. 85% of jobs are being restructured so that automations, humanoid robots, AI, and quantum computing can do those jobs. The government is slashing spending and slashing jobs. Where are you going to go if you cannot earn an income? Are you going to work for food? What are you going to do? That is why I'm advocating for you at this moment in time to get reskilled, to get knowledge, so that you are in alignment with right now and the future. Now, if you really want to earn money, you tap into automations, because automations, building an email list, is where the money's at. Anyone in my live stream who knows the value of an email list, you know an email list is worth bank. So you will be taught, having 0 followers. You can be a mom, you can be a dad, you can be a gardener, you can be a nanny, you could be a housekeeper, you can be a Deloitte consultant, you can be a Johns Hopkins professor at university. It doesn't matter. If you can't get a job and you can't earn an income that you're used to, or if you never had an opportunity to earn 6 figures in your life because you are a dropout at life, this is your chance to change your economic and financial horizon. Some of you went for money, you lost the money. Some of you never had money, some of you want more money. This is the time to get the skills in an industry that does not care about your education, because the only thing that matters is, do you know how to leverage social media? Do you know how to build an email list? Do you know how to connect with people? And do you know how to use automations and AI in an industry that is booming? And most of you don't know any of it. So your background, your history really doesn't matter. What do? Go to my profile. My website's there. I am done. My website's on my profile. I do not give it out. If you want it, get it. See you tomorrow. Thank you for the hearts.